This video is to warn every property owner about a scam that's going on now, and it's pretty scary because scammers are actually taking ownership of people's properties without them even knowing about it. It's so simple. Like, all they're doing is having a fake identification made to impersonate the actual homeowner. Then they go to a stationery store, they purchase a blank deed, like a quitclaim deed, and they can either do it as a name change on a deed or as a purchase, like a for sale by owner sale. And once they fill out the deed, they bring it to a notary, and they only have to convince the notary that their ID is real, no one else. And then once a notary, witnesses their signature, they take the new deed and they file it with the county, and now they own the property. And the homeowner is clueless that they no longer own their property. This is happening now. Now, I'm not selling anything, but I want to let you know there's two remedies to this scam. You could buy insurance to protect your deed, or you could transfer your deed into a trust. There's a lot of different benefits to a trust, but you really need to speak to your attorney about which type of trust benefits you the most with your current situation. So if you purchase a home in a trust name instead of your own, or you transfer an existing property into a trust, the trust owns the property, but you have full ownership of the property yourself, and you name who your beneficiaries are. And there's a lot of different terms you can change in your trust between you and your attorney. I was also advised that a living trust passes the property ownership automatically to your kids upon your passing without the beneficiaries being taxed for capital gains. It was 15 to 20% depending on the income thresholds in 2024. I don't know what it is now, but that's a lot of money. So a trust also avoids the need for putting the family through grueling probate court hearings because they automatically receive the property ownership upon your death. This could save your beneficiaries tens of thousands of dollars on average in federal capital gains taxes, and the amount depends on what you paid for the home against today's value. Florida has no state capital gains taxes, but federal capital gains taxes could be a demand. So otherwise, the kids could be taxed on the difference between what you paid for the property when you bought it and its appraised value now. So there's two types of trust. Irrevocable means you can never change the beneficiaries, and revocable means you can change the beneficiaries. I'm not an attorney, so, definitely discuss it with your own attorney though. But this is really good information to have. So what is a trust? A trust is an entity. Once the trust is open, you can also open bank accounts in the trust name as well. That way, you may retain full ownership and your beneficiaries automatically inherit everything in the trust without having to go through probate court when you're gone. You can set the percentage of ownership of each beneficiary when you create the trust. When my parents passed away, the state ended up receiving all of the money in their bank accounts because probate court demanded the entire family to be involved in the hearings, and it was not possible to gather everyone in our family. So the state kept their money. We never got it. So I also like the privacy of no one being able to know what I own after putting everything into a trust name. And there are other protections too, but consult with your attorney about it. It's very inexpensive to do, and a trust can have many benefits. So in summary, in addition to protecting your property against ID theft and someone stealing your property from under you, there's 5 other reasons you might want to consider a trust. And, one is estate planning to prevent your kids from having to go to probate court if you pass. And 2 would be to keep your affairs private, like, your wills and all public records, your bank accounts, properties owned. No one needs to know that but you, what you own. And especially lawsuit hunters don't need to know what you own. But anyway, 3 would be asset protection shield from legal challenges. Like certain types of trusts can protect your home from lawsuits or creditors, depending on the situation. Protection from beneficiary mismanagement is another thing. Beneficiaries might make poor decisions, and you can outline in your trust what supersedes that. And then there's number 4, tax benefits, property tax benefits are another thing. Transferring a home into a trust can preserve favorable property tax assessments. And then number 5 is flexibility in being able to continue ongoing management of your properties. If you become incapacitated, your successor trustee that you named in your trust can manage the property without the need for a court-appointed guardian or conservator. So it makes an easier transitional around because it's simpler to manage or sell a home after death or incapacity, especially for heirs. So review the different types of trusts with your attorney and let them recommend the best one for you. I hope this was helpful. So the reason I'm putting this video out is a little personal because when I was age 19, both of my parents had passed away and left us, 8 kids with nothing. I had to work 2 jobs just to pay my rent and eat. And it was a really difficult time. And I'm not complaining because that's what made me the strong person I am today. But on the other hand, if other people know about trust, maybe they can save their kids from the same situation. So share this video and maybe you could let me know if it was valuable to you by just clicking like or subscribe or a comment below. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Take care now. Bye.